This is my first OIS meeting, and I must say it's a terrific gathering and most impressive, and I want to thank the group here for the invitation. I'm 4 weeks into the job, so let me tell you a little bit about what brought me to pSivida, which was primarily the terrific sustained drug delivery technology that this company has. And after 4 weeks and a chance to really dive in, my basic supposition has been completely validated and then some. So you'll be hearing more from me as I have a chance to really assess where we take the company strategically going forward. But there's much more that we can do with this technology, and I'll share some of it with you now. And I have way too many slides, so I'm going to skip through some of it. If you want to see the whole presentation in more detail, you can certainly go to our website. Okay, safe harbor statement. Our focus, of course, is on preventing blindness through our proprietary sustained release for drug technology, particularly innovation of the eye. I'm not going to go through our terrific long history, but suffice it to say we've accomplished a lot. I'm not going to go through my career. I'm sure many of you can find that out on LinkedIn. So what do? We provide sustained release injectable drug technology right now for small molecules. We have 3 approved branded eye products on the market today, so it's well established. We've been able to get it through the FDA with our partners. And we have a 4th eye product, which is in the pipeline with commercial potential that we expect to file in Europe in first quarter of next year and in the US the back half of next year. And then obviously we expect to commercialize within 18 months to 24 months. Okay, let me just skip through this part here. We have, as some of you may know, we've out-licensed one of our products to Alimera, which is Alluvion, and that's for diabetic macular edema. That particular product lasts for 3 years, and it's approved in the US and in 17 European countries. I'm not going to, again, go through some of the specifics on that. That technology, Alluvion, is using our core technology, DurasCert. And you'll hear more about DurasCert as I go through this. So DurasCert is what is in Alluvion. It is also what is in RediCert, which has been used for a number of years to Bausch & Lomb. And DurasCert right now, we've shown that lasts for 3 years, but it can also be used anywhere from 2 to 3 months, all the way up through 3 years, and we're right now also starting to focus on a 6-month regimen. It is a sustained polymer technology, and it is tailored to be both bioerodible or non-erodible. And as you can imagine, it's very broadly applicable. We can deliver many types of small molecules. Right now, of course, we've been solely focused in ocular delivery, though we do have just initiated an IND program with Hospital for Special Surgery and osteoarthritis, and there's other areas outside of the eye that we can focus in as well, though it's not as applicable to this audience. And we have a very strong patent estate. All right, so let me go through 2 of our very highly attractive programs in posterior segment uveitis and then wet AMD. And I may not get to the wet AMD portion because I do want to go through some of the impressive clinical results that we've shown in posterior segment uveitis. I'm not going to spend time teaching this group about uveitis. I think you're well versed in the disease. And in terms of prevalence, we estimate, based on some market research that we've done, that there's around 175,000 cases in the US. That's probably slightly on the conservative side. And we project that with our Medidur drug that's in phase 3, that we should exceed over $100 million in 5 years. So Medidur is the phase 3 program that we have right now. It's the same DurasCert technology, which is a micro insert that has already been FDA approved for Alluvion. It's also using the same drug, which is fluocinolone inside, and it's the same drug that was used in RediCert as well. So 2 well-established, both the drug as well as the device, so that's why we're very confident that we're on the road towards approval with Medidur. Our first phase 3 trial was complete, and as you can see, we had stellar statistical results, all the way out to I can't even remember all the zeros behind that, but clearly highly statistically significant with the primary endpoint of prevention of recurrence of uveitis. We did an inserter trial that is complete as well, showing that it proved usability. And we just announced that we finalized enrollment on our second phase 3 trial of 150 patients. So here's some of the results that we've recently just announced. At 6 months, you can see that we showed a 3.9 times improvement over sham in terms of recurrence of uveitis. And again, that was highly statistical significance. And at 12 months, even better, a 5.1 time improvement versus sham at a 12 months. So you can see that we have a very durable response. Visual acuity. As you can see that at 6 months, we showed significant improvement versus sham, and that was sustained at 12 months. So we had a very positive effect on vision gain, and I want to highlight this was at 15 letters. So a very impressive result here. And even another key area is systemic medication sparing. As we all know, that's a key goal. To look at is, can we avoid the use of systemic medications? In this case, primarily, it was going to be corticosteroids. And again, we showed that we had very significant results, again, that were sustained out at 12 months. So 18.2% of patients were spared, were not on systemic medication, versus 52.4% on sham were put on systemic medication. And that was sustained again over a 12-month time period. In terms of IOP elevation, I'm going to move through the highlights here fairly quickly. I think the key point to take here is that the difference between Medidur and sham decreased with time in IOP elevation. So not only were we able to sustain the IOP elevation lack of rays, we had some obviously, but that was sustained and in fact decreased over time. This goes out again 12 months. Cataract surgery, no surprise here. You can imagine that we did cause an increase in cataract surgery by 6 months, and of course that did increase at 12 months, but again, that's a very manageable side effect. And in terms of our timing for filing, we expect, as I mentioned, to file in the EU in the first quarter of next year through our one of our phase 1 studies and our inserter trial. And then we also expect in the US to file the back half of 2017. Again, that will consist of the study 001 that I just reviewed the results for, and then our study 005 that we just finished enrollment on, and then of course our inserter trial. So we remain very optimistic about our ability to get Medidur to market. I'm not going to go over wet age macular edema. That's another program that we have that is still preclinical, but we're making good progress on that as well. So thank you very much.